What's going on, my pretty pandas? It's your huggable hipster here, and welcome back to today's review. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are getting your coffee on, your kyopi, everything that you need in your life. I hope you have it. So today we are going to be reviewing Amnesia The Dark Descent, and just so you know, it's all in your head. The voices in your head called out to you. The scratching won't stop. The lights, your only source of comfort in a world where everything you know and thought to be true was coded in aesthetically pleasing lies. Truth is subjective. The world that you live in isn't real, and relying on the past is the only thing keeping you sane. Amnesia The Dark Descent is a first-person psychological horror video game released September 8th, 2010 by Frictional Games. This game delves into the horror of what can happen when you let one person control your life. When playing this game, I didn't realize how strong of a message it has of emotional and mental abusive relationships. Get Harley Quinn and the Joker, Alexander and Daniel are the height of mentally unstable companionships. Daniel wakes up in the beginning of the game knowing nothing of why he's in the Castle Brennenburg. Such a fancy name. Hello, I'd like a cafe in the Castle Brennenburg. Only to live out the horrors that he was made to take out on others by none other than his companion, Alexander. Living in this existential nightmare through notes, visions, and creatures of the night, Daniel finds himself becoming more aware, to say the least, through completing a series of puzzles and reliving memories. Now, Amnesia The Dark Descent, I was a bit trepidatious, to say the least, about this game, given that it was released in 2010 and it's a bit, you know, older, to say the least, back in the day. 8 years old. I can't believe that's 8 years old already. I remember when Markiplier first played that game. I wasn't a fan of his back then because I didn't know who he was back in like 2012 or something when he first played it, but I remember seeing his playthrough and I was looking through and oh my god, he's such a fetus. He is such a youngin', and that was the first series he played on his channel without like a face cam. And I remember when he did finally play some Amnesia custom stories with a face cam, I was like, that shark fin haircut boy. Now, the reason why it was a bit older was not the reason why I was skeptical. I was nervous about the quality of the story. So back in the day, as we know, the plot lines in games were not as well, you know, thought out and thorough as they are now, which is kind of interesting and kind of not right to say because Resident Evil was thought out, but like I said in previous reviews, it wasn't really thoroughly cut out and thought out until the remake happened in 2002. Now, I was very happily surprised to find that this game not only had an amazing story, but seamless gameplay. Two in unison are very hard to come by, and the only other game from what I saw that had perfect unison in story was, you know, the game that I rave about the most, Resident Evil. And also The Evil Within, I do have to say, but it's no surprise there because they were made by the same person. The major thing that I was personally enjoying in this game was not just the story, but it was the gameplay too, and the voice acting. Like, the voice acting was spot on. The voice acting was really brilliant in more ways than one. For a game that was done 8 years ago, the voice acting was so well crafted and they sounded so sure of themselves. Now, that's not a backhanded compliment. I mean that thoroughly. Like, sounding sure of yourself when you're a voice actor and making it sound pristine and, you know, convincing is a very difficult thing to do. Now, in this game, you don't get voices and voice acting that are half-assed, for lack of a better term. You get well-constructed and well-rehearsed lines that embody a well-developed character. Now, while playing this game, the go to the light is a phrase I would most certainly use a lot with confidence. Since the only way to stay sane is to be around light and to complete puzzles and have different memories, not look at monsters for too long because, you know, looking at their faces can really cause memory loss. And honestly, the monsters in this game are easy to avoid, but you gotta be smart about the routes that you take in this game. You have the choice of using tinderboxes a lot of the time, and your lantern, and completing tasks, and, you know, having laudanum and having your sanity. It's very much like Outlast in the sense that your options are to hide and run, basically. Now, the game is set with the intention that you should be smart about the decisions that you make in this game and that the choices you make have consequences, much like life. But in life, I'm not sure we see too many monsters that have pickaxes in their forehead. Another thing I found really rather intriguing was the concept of iv'e, which is a substance that comes out in the blood of mammals during times of stress, such as torture. This substance, it is the essence to extend your life properties, and that's what was being searched for by Alexander, and that's what he wanted so badly. Daniel was made to torture people by Alexander to extract the vitae needed to make Alexander immortal, and understanding his reasoning correctly was your first step in getting closer to understanding the full game. Now, would I recommend this game? Yes, absolutely I would recommend this game in a heartbeat. If you enjoy an unexpected twist and turn and like a very intricate plot line, I would definitely recommend this. It keeps you on your toes. It's a story that has structure and it has a steady pace to it, which is really good. The world you live in isn't real, and relying on your past is the only thing to keep you sane. And also remember, it's all in your head. But that was the review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below because I make videos every weekday. Stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will talk to you all in tomorrow's video. Peace.